My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey, welcome everyone. Today, zooming in from beautiful Boston, Massachusetts, we have a real estate entrepreneur who's got a focus on multifamily and developments and is doing all sorts of great stuff with real estate. I want to welcome Cheryl Fahey onto the call. Hey, Cheryl, how are you doing?
I'm great, Dave. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic. So tell us a little bit about the Cheryl Fahey backstory. What have you been up to and what got you inspired to get into real estate in the first place?
Oh, well, thank you for asking. I just want to make a little bit of a note that as much as I'm proud of my Fahey name, I also have an extension of my late father's name, me, and also married named Chu. So it's Cheryl Fahey Me Chu.
Wow. Okay,
MC.
that's a mouthful. I've got Cheryl Fahey on the screen, so forgive me if that's what I remember.
Okay, great.
Anyhow, tell me a little bit about the backstory. What got you into real estate?
All works in progress. Okay, so I have been involved in real estate for over probably about 13 years now.
All right.
On and off. But I didn't look into investing really until a few years ago with the pandemic.
Hmm. And what was it that initially sparked your interest in real estate in general, Cheryl?
Just the enormous potential that exists with it, and just how it's a never limit business. So there's really no cap to it. So you can take it as far as you'd like.
Right. All right. So you got it started about 13 years ago. What was your first dabbling into real estate investing, or what were your first experiences? What did you focus on?
I became a property manager, inherently owner, in 2008, give or take.
And how
So
many units did you start managing right off the get-go?
this was a three family in Roslindale, where I'm from,
All right. So
Boston.
that's kind of right into it. You've got three tenants, three toilets, three everything to deal with. Did you have any experience
Oh,
managing properties before or no?
cool. Um, not really. I did some vacation investment when I went to Vegas, but that wasn't a smart move.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things we can discuss about learning.
Yeah, we've all had
um,
those learning curves, that's for sure. So you started off, you inherited a property that you had to manage. That's a good start. Then where did it take you, and how did you get re-inspired during COVID to jump back in?
okay, so yeah, where that was such a challenging experience, and little a little I want to say maybe learning curve for me. Um, I took a break, and I didn't think about being involved in real estate at all, for the next several years. But I did
That
realize
that hires to quite it happens to quite a few landlords, Cheryl. They get that trial by fire and they say, you know what, I'm not that keen on this anymore. So you're in good company. A lot of people have kind of gone through that. So, but you got back in.
Yes, thank you. I sat out for a little bit, but the game the game carries, keeps going, and you gotta get in there. if you want to win. I started listening to trainings, podcasts, and information where we had a lot of time in our hands, for lockdown. And so I became a member with a platform there, a community of investors, connected investors.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I promote, started marketing myself as being member in that community.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned an enormous amount. There's such high value there. Um, Ross Hamilton is the founder of that company. So learned from him, and then I really I branched out from there, and I, became familiar with other highly respected investors as well, such as Than Merrill. Um, Now, lately, more recently, I've been mentored by author Michael Murwowski.
Yeah. So
I
what have you actually done with real estate, Cheryl? You've got a lot of training and coaching. That's great.
founder.
So what
Yeah.
are you doing? Tell me what you're doing. Not just
Okay.
what you're learning, but what you're doing.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes. So I have a lot of positions in commercial and in apartment multifamily.
Okay.
So I'm a shareholder in Fundrise Investments. They manage multi-million dollar projects on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also I became a commercial partner this year,
What
which
does
was
that
my
mean?
first.
A commercial partner. What is that? So it sounds like you've been investing passively as a limited partner in some projects, and now you're a commercial partner. For people that aren't familiar with the terminology, what does that mean?
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, so you can have partial ownership partnership with a project, and for this one in particular, I was able to do that, where I networked with the right individuals, and I was just in the right place at the right time. And Cornum Capital is the company, and I work with a very skilled and well, appreciated investor, and he was the supervisor on the project.
So you're helping to raise capital and bring on other capital partners for projects. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, for that project deal.
Very
Yes.
good.
I-
So what have you found? What have you found has worked best, Cheryl, when it comes to finding capital partners, finding investors? You mentioned networking. How do you how do you network to raise capital and find investors? And the reason I ask is because I suck at that. I'm a terrible networker. Believe it or not, I'm actually shy. So I always admire people that can get out there and network and chat up a storm and make connections and raise capital like that. So, what do you find works well for you?
well, I appreciate your real transparency there. Yes, good question. So I've always had that personality, that kind of um, I I just gravitate well to others, and I've been meeting people a lot my whole life.
Mhm.
So um, I just then realized that, well, that is a skill that a lot of people don't have, and I'm actually quite reserved, kind of a life introvert in
Oh,
process, in certain aspects. So
well, that's
I was
interesting
able
then, Cheryl.
to kind of,
Yeah. So what as an introvert do you find works well for you to make those connections, break the ice, get the conversation going?
Yes, it's a little contradicting, I know. Well, uh, I just try to be myself. I try to be natural and give value to someone I'm meeting. And I, put myself in environments that I feel that I might, even if I'm intimidated, I will grow. So, where I've been like one of those people, like kind of like gun shy,
Yeah.
or what do they call it, starstruck, because I've been in the presence of a lot of, you know high wealth,
High net worth
people.
individuals. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just I try to be grounded and just, if I want to accomplish something, I think of beforehand. Like when I went to the multifamily summit in Chicago, I knew I was going there to meet the founder of this company.
Mhm.
And I knew he was going to be a speaker and he's an author, and I was going to shake his hand. I was going to meet him in person. And that was the goal. And I
Nice.
accomplished.
Okay. Well, hey, well, I'm going to dig in a little bit more there, Cheryl. So I love the fact that you were very, very focused. You're going to this conference. There was one gentleman that you really, really wanted to meet. I'm sure there's other people you want to meet too, but you had that plan. So how did you go from the normal, just hi, shake the hand, a speaker at a conference, to creating a decent conversation out of that that led to next steps?
I invested in the coaching
Mhm.
um, that was available with him,
Okay.
and also his publications.
Ah,
Um,
okay. Well, that's smart. So it
so
wasn't just asking, you invested in the person, you bought their program, their coaching. That that's definitely a good shortcut to getting in front of somebody.
yes, yes, I would.
So for other
Just
folks that are watching this or listening to this and they're kind of thinking, well, I'm an introvert too, what tips would you have, besides the investing heavily in somebody's coaching or mentoring type thing, if you are at a networking event and you are feeling a little bit starstruck by somebody and feeling maybe a little bit unworthy or whatever the sensation might be, how do you get
im-
around that? How do you imposter syndrome? Yeah. How do you get around that and actually make that connection?
just being pleasant, I think, helps, and approachable. So just
I
knowing,
got a lot of work to do, lady. I tell you what.
um, no, that you're good at your skill. You're good at your niche. So, you know,
There, there we go. Awesome. Well,
every
Cheryl, well, I appreciate the tips. I appreciate the feedback. And what are you planning moving ahead? What are your goals when it comes to real estate investing over the next, let's say, 12 months?
12 months is a little bit of a longer term projection. I'm just trying to get through this year, honestly. But
Okay, well, let's talk about the next 3 months then. Let's talk about wrapping up the year. What are your goals?
okay, 3 months. Yes. Yeah. So this quarter, so I have the goal that by this year I'll be on my way. If not, my business will be in the six-figure mark, and I want to be the generational breaker in my family to be the first multimillionaire.
In 3 months.
Um, Probably, I guess the 12 months would make more sense. For the half year.
And are you talking about through your real estate business or other businesses that you have or everything?
Well, I'm also growing my personal brand, so
Mm-hmm.
I would love that to be really what makes me the shining star
Got it.
and push me to that level.
Very good. Well, Cheryl, thank you very much for sharing your experience and your insights about networking. I really appreciate that. And if somebody wants to connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Depending on the platform they prefer, I am commonly connected with Facebook. I do a lot of regular activity there,
Yeah, well,
including.
maybe give people your Facebook um, contact information, because we give people too many different options, it gets confusing. So if people want to connect with you on Facebook, what should they do?
They can search my name, first and last, Cheryl Fahey, um, uh, or they could email me, CFAHE 2019 at gmail.com.
Excellent.
And
Well,
Instagram.
Cheryl, I wish you the very best on your investing journey, and thanks for spending some time with us here today.
Thank you so much, Dave. You too. Keep in touch. Let me know what's next.
Sounds good. All right, everybody, take care. We'll talk to you on the next episode. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now, at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.